Hello. I just wanted to thank all of you for all of your kind words and encouragement from my post yesterday about the negative 1-star reviews I was receiving on Amazon. I greatly appreciate your encouragement. It surely makes up for all the negative, cruel comments that I receive. One comment really stood out to me last night, just before I was going to bed. I read it. And she wrote, "You're so full of Jesus. You can see it 110%." And I just got choked up because I was thinking, that's all I want people to see in me is Jesus. Because I could be the best biblical womanhood teacher, saving thousands of marriages, children being raised in the nurture and the admonition of the Lord, being homeschooled full-time by their mothers who are keepers at home, women dressing modestly, being discreet, sober, good, quiet in the churches and not wanting to preach or teach in the churches. But if I don't have love, it's meaningless. I want to tell you a story about one of my really close friends. She had a father-in-law that was just cruel to her, just mean. Her husband tried to intervene to no avail. And she just continued to pour love upon him because she knows that's what wins people. So they'd have him over frequently, and she would fix something that she knew he loved. She'd put it in front of him and he'd go, "I hate pot roast," And he'd always loved it before, but he was always being critical and cruel to her, always saying mean things. And in the last time she saw him, unbeknownst to her, they had kept him at their house for a week. She just served and loved him. And when they were standing in the airport, he was in a wheelchair, and her husband went to go get something, so she was with him. And he said, "Carol, come down here." So she knelt down to him so she could see him eye to eye. And he said, "I want to ask for your forgiveness." He said, "I know that I've been cruel to you, and all you've done is show loving kindness towards me. I love you." And she just put her head on his lap and wept. That's the power of love, women. All those mean, hateful things that people are saying to me won't win me to them. It's love that wins people. And one of my favorite restaurants in town is owned by two lesbians. It's an organic restaurant, and I love it. They have wonderful food. But I go into there, and I'm kind of getting to know one of the owners. And I just want to show her, be kind to her, and show her Jesus in me. And so whenever I see her, I smile warmly. I speak kindly to her. I took my 5-year-old grandson in there for his birthday about a month ago. They all love eating there too. And then I was going to take him to organic ice cream cone place close by for his, he loves that too. He's dairy free, and they have a coconut ice cream. So then halfway through our meal, I remembered that they were closed that day. And so I asked the waitress, "Do you have anything that he could have for his birthday that's dairy free?" And she said, "Oh, just wait a minute. We'll come up with something." And one of the owners, one that I've kind of befriending, I would love to be able to share Jesus with her someday, made a special homemade chocolate ice cream for him on top of the coconut ice cream. They put candles in it. They came and sang happy birthday to him. It was so precious. And then also it's loving your children unconditionally that will have the greatest impact in their life. And if you show them the joy of Jesus and the love of Jesus, they're going to want what you have. Ken whispered to my children in their ears continually, as he was playing to bed at night when they were small, "You will never do anything to lose my love. I might have to kick you out of the house someday, but I will always love you." So if we are doing all of these amazing things, like being the best biblical womanhood teacher in the world, but are not doing it with love, it's all meaningless. If we're, raising our kids in the nurture and admonition of the Lord, but we're not loving them, it's meaningless. As 1 Corinthians 13 says, people should be able to see Jesus in us. And that's the most important thing in life, being salt and light as they see Jesus in you by your kindness and your love towards them. So once again, I want to thank you for all your kind and loving comments towards me. And just keep loving your husband. If you're married to a disobedient husband, love him. Pour heaping coals upon his head. That means love him. Love him unconditionally, no matter how he treats you. That will be your greatest way to win people. I win people to me by loving them. Love works, women. It's the only thing that works. Be Jesus to this dark and wicked world. Bye-bye.